is a spectacular Melbourne day, and we're hoping for a spectacular game of football today between two of the powerhouses of the competition, Malcolm Blight, Carlton, Essendon, 75,000 hopefully at the MCG.
Stephen, you wouldn't believe this. When you look at the draw round one, you think this couldn't be a blockbuster on last year's form, but Essendon have turned it round in a very short space of time.
Sure have, playing exciting football. Now, I've tipped Essendon all week, but I've turned at the last minute to go for the Blues. I just think their strength of their midfield might be enough.
Look, it is a really good midfield, isn't it? But I'm really interested in Wade Henderson, that forward line set up. Probably Fletcher will get one. Who will get the other one? It's going to be the key to the game, I think.
And the Bombers, they are quick.
They are, aren't they? It's developed side nicely, and they really are playing for the coach, which is great. And Ryder and Bell Chambers have kept their spots in front of Hilly, the big fellow.
Yeah, Bell Chambers, the last 2 weeks has averaged 36 hit-outs a game. That's why he's still in. So there it is. I'm going for the Blues. You are going?
Just marginally the Bombers, I think. In good nick they are.
Ready to go at the MCG, a good old-fashioned blockbuster. Arch rivals, Carlton versus Essendon. Warnock against Bell Chambers to start proceedings. And they get first possession, the Bombers. They drilled out in the middle to half forward, but a quick mark taken by Dygan at half back for Carlton. A little short one to Carazzo. And that's the mark. Play on is the call. He gives it to the run of Yaron, who drills it inside 50. Looking for and finding Garlett. So nicely worked by Carlton early in the piece. Good run off half back from Yaron. And his kick has found Garlett, who will line up 40 metres out from goal.
Which is a great mark, great use of the body for such a slight lad. When you first feel the body, nudge is what they used to say, Michael, in coaching manuals, and that's exactly what he did.
Equal #1 on the goal-kicking table so far with 10 goals. That's not going to be a 6-pointer, and it's through for a rush behind.
Here it is, just first felt the body and gave a little nudge. Perfect play.
Yes, he was runner-up in the goal-kicking last year at Carlton, just behind Eddie Betts. Certainly started this season in great form. Fletcher to himself and a little fumble. Now to Heppel, who's got time in the back pocket. Delivers beautifully to his captain, Watson, who takes it at half-back. What a season he's having, Joe Watson. Best and fairest the last 2 years. Places the kick well. Fine Winderlick. And now they go through Hocking, long towards half-foot. Ryder in front, couldn't take it. Well done, Dygan. Took it off hands beautifully. Handball, put Yaron under the pump. They've got numbers here. Judd on centre wing. Loops it inboard to White, who drives towards half-forward in front. At the back, Henderson had a chance. Now Lovett Murray. Heppel put him under the pump. Good tackle, Garlett dispossessed him. Now a chance for the Blues. Murphy, handball inside. Carazzo jams it on the boot. Touched, play on the call. At half-back for the Bombers, but Heppel does well to Lovett Murray, and they're out of trouble for the moment.
High ball to the wing. It is very blustery at ground level, so you've got to cut the players a little bit of slack. Taken by Cranberry. Handball's inside 50. Looking for Zaharakis. Can't get hands on the ball. Spills now to Russell. Russell inside his defensive 50 goes short and finds Jamison, who in turn finds Carazzo at half-back. Members side of the ground. Down the line. Knocked away by Hardingham. We'll have a throw in.
Gee, fantastic pace in the game already. Skills have been good. It is a bit blustery out there, but all players at the moment showing terrific skill.
Looking forward to this battle in the ruck as well. Warnock and Bell Chambers. Bell Chambers wins that one. Murphy an opportunity. Little fumble. Heppel stands in the way. Holds his ground. Loose ball. Murphy has it. Been wrenched from him by Dempsey, and now somehow Watson is able to extract it off to Heppel. Another touch early, and the mark taken on centre wing by Cranberry. Good strength shown there against Laidler. He kicks it towards Zaharakis, who marks. So the Bombers now looking to penetrate inside their attacking 50 towards full forward. Fisted away by Dygan. The crumb McVeigh brought down by Collins illegally. No, says the umpire. That's okay. So Dygan now buys some time. Shocking kick. Mumfries will be first there. Now he needs support. Was he pushed? Oh, no free kick. Gee, I thought he might have got one there. Chance for Gibbs. He's tackled high and will get the free kick at half-back for the Blues.
Yeah, the first... Here's the... Oh, gee whiz, he's very lucky not to get free there.
So Carlton have possession. Is kick to half forward. It's by Collins. It's marked by Waite. Deep into the pocket. Henderson underneath it. Oh, almost took the mark. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Good pressure from Heppel, who started this game really well. Dempsey have to be clean here. not quite. Now he runs onto the ball, dishes to Fletcher, to Stanton, squeezes the kick out in the Cranberry direction. Does it well, does it really well. Now to the speedy legs of Jetta. Hocking back to Jetta. Hurried kick to half forwards, okay, finds Ryder. He'll look to get it moving quickly too. He's got a 2-on-2. There it is. Hurley's the man. Can't take the mark. Follow the ball. Monfries. Knocked over by Dygan. And then the Blues out of danger again through Gibbs.
Gibbs coughs it straight back and kicks it straight to Cranberry. So Bombers can go forward again. Just the attacking side of left centre wing. He drives it deep towards the pocket. At the back, Hurley in front. Almost the mark taken by Laidler. Chance for Winderlich. Wrapped up by Yaron. Now White jams it on the boot recklessly, and he kicks it out on the full. So the Bombers with another opportunity, this time through Paddy Ryder. Great opening to this game. Big crowd. Beautiful afternoon at the MCG.
Thank you. There. Play on.
So Ryder, not a well-directed kick deep into the pocket, although he finds his teammate Hurley. I wondered whether he might have been better kicking it to the top of the square, but he knew what he was doing, and Hurley has marked deep in the left forward pocket. Only 25 metres from goal, but he stands outside the field of play as he prepares to kick this, looking for the opening goal of the match, the Bombers. Wonderful win against the Saints last week, defeating them by 52 points. Drop punt is a goal. First on the board, the Bombers at the MCG. Michael Hurley kicking the opening goal. Goal number 8 for the season for him, and he's such a key player for them up forward.
Yeah, the kick's actually fallen short there a bit, and Hurley's just read it better. And it really was a lovely controlled kick, wasn't it?
Belchambers wins it down to Jetta. Good hands. Lonigan jams it on the boot towards half forward. Coming out to meet it though. A comfortable mark taken by White.
Both coaches quoted in the last couple of days saying defence will win this match. And it is a very, very tight contest early. Very much like a finals game, as Malcolm Blight alluded to. Mark taken by Gibbs. In the true centre-half back position. Goes long. Looking for Warnock, just nudged Belchambers out of the contest. Umpire said play on. Big slinging tackle there by Dempsey. And Simpson will have a bounce.
Eyes up! Don't hold!
There's Judd having an early breather. Warnock and Belchambers. Belchambers over the top to Stanton. Ineffective kick, picked up by Scotland. Off to Robinson, throws it onto the boot, to the 50. Here's Eddie Betts against Hardingham. Handballs to Collins. That was a throw. And that's the way the umpire saw it too. So free kick going to Essendon. Great defensive pressure by the Bombers.
So Hardingham at centre-half back, spreads wide. It's a Heppel, who's had some positive early touches his first year with the Bombers. He kicks wobbly one towards the wing, chance at ground level. Lonigan now try to get back to Hurley, but Curnow was able to chip in.
Cranberry's hurt.
Now there's an opportunity for the Blues. Gibbs' little chip is okay to Robertson, just backward of the circle, and there's Cranberry in some trouble. We'll keep an eye on that. Short kick marked by Gibbs, who off a step kicks inside, attacking 50. Wade in front, dropped the mark, should have taken it. Going in hard, Lonigan taken high. It'll be a Bomber free kick inside defensive 50.
Thought it might have been a concussion, but it looks like he's hurt his leg. Stuart Cranberry is coming off. As Howlett has the ball for Essendon at half-back. Beautiful kick to the wing. Marked by Hurley, who wastes no time. A long, booming kick. It's magnificent kick towards Watson. Lurking in the forward pocket. Bounce beats him.
Too good a kick.
Stephen, as Cranberry, and we look at that incident there, he's just come down, fallen on his hip and probably left side there somewhere. Maybe knee. I reckon that Hurley will be the next superstar if he's not already there.
And like you to make a big statement like that, Malcolm.
Yeah.
It's Yaron. He might be in trouble here, Yaron. He dived on top of the footy, or it's just come out in the nick of time.
Yeah, he was lucky.
Bounce.
Now, there's a classic example, Malcolm, of someone putting the head down and charging into an opposition play. Watch this. Puts the head down, straight into Hurley, and good umpiring, not giving the free kick there for a high tackle.
Exactly. I'll get back to the Hurley bit in a minute, Stephen.
I only had tongue-in-cheek, Malcolm. I agree with you, actually. He's going to be a star.
Play on.
McVeigh. Another long bomb to the tip of the goal square. Hurley's amongst it all. Big fist came from Lader at the side. Judd. Oh, gone. Quick snap by Lonigan. Still in play. Hurley flies again. And now Yaron's going to clear. Gee, there's lots and lots of pressure out there.
Off to Murphy, who drives it to the southern wing. In front, Garlett. What a season he's had to date. Gets on with it quickly. High towards half forward. Wade and Fletcher. Wade this time reads it beautifully. Kick and a half from goal. Now, where will he go? A wobbly old mongrel kick was a poor one. And Hooker read it well. He was able to drop back and mark comfortably. Switches played and Melksham, who's got it at half back now. He hasn't got too many options going forward, so forced to kick it short dangerously, and he's coughed it up. Gibbs, Robinson from centre wing, drives it high towards half forward. Hooker again outpoints Henderson, doing well. Cale Hooker at the start of this match, and he's marked on defensive 50 at left half back.
He's actually started on weight. It just crossed at the moment. Him and Fletcher have swapped.
That's a very strong mark taken by Jamieson against Ryder. That was a good one. Giving away a little bit of height, Jamieson. Out pointed in there. He kicks long to the 50. Back of the pack is Eddie Betts. Centering kick. Bit of a scrubby one. Garland attacks it. Essendon have numbers around the ball. One of them is Hooker. Gives it off to Fletcher. Handballs to Howlett. The Bombers away. Now this is where they can do some damage. With quick transition and their leg speed. A kick to half forward. Monfries. One out with Dygan. Dygan handballs. And it is a free kick for holding the man. So the ball is going Carlton's way.
I don't think the players... The noise for the full call for the free kick was unbelievable.
See, it'd have to be close to 80 here, Michael, wouldn't it? 80,000?
Yeah, big crowd, big crowd. So some confusion here. With Dygan's free kick in the back pocket, that's what's ahead of him. So pretty much one-on-one contests. And not a lot of movement, you've got to say, by Carlton. So you're forced to kick long and close to the boundary line. A safe option. Well done, Howlett up there. Now socket out on the floor, I suspect.
Yep.
And it's a Essendon free kick.
Just there.
We'll come back to Howlett.
Cranberry said to come back on, guys. Just corked his left buttock. Brett Ratton is actually coaching from down on the boundary, and it is a massive, loud crowd.
Thanks, Howie.
Inside, play on.
So Howlett kicks just inside attacking 50. Up, oh, was Bill Chambers. Now the crumb Hurley from hard up against the line. Brings it back and bouncing just across the face. That would have been some sort of goal by Michael Hurley.
Getting back to
only.
Michael Hurley.
Yes,
Loved
please.
him 2 or 3 years ago. Would have been nice in another jumper, but I'm glad he stayed with Essendon. You know why he's going to be a superstar? He can go left foot or right foot and no one knows. There's not a lot of key position players who can actually do that.
Well, he started in a blaze of glory and then had that brush with the law that no doubt knocked him around a bit, but he seemed to have overcome that. It's been dealt with. And he's back playing some pretty good footy. Stanton to Hurley. Oh, great strength. Broke the tackle, but poor kick. Play-on's the call, Scotland. It's a good kick. There's 3 Blues there, and one of them is Curnow takes the mark.
It's a very good mark. He could hear someone, couldn't he?
Yeah.
He knew something was coming, but he still kept on doing it. It's good on you.
Been a great find for the Blues this year. Floats one to half forward, and there's Fletcher in from the side. He takes the mark.
Oh, look at the spread.
Moves it quickly, yep. Quick on the fat side. The Bombers have got 3 or 4 players. They can absolutely raffle this one. Zaharakis receives the kick, and he can run right to inside 50 and have a shot if he so chooses. He decides to kick instead. Bell Chambers, great decision. He was up against Murphy. It was a beautifully weighted kick, and Bell Chambers was always going to win that one-on-one, and he'll have a shot at goal.
Can I just say, there was a box arrangement, and I think we all know what that means now, the Michael Malthouse box. Carlton did it, except when it got to the other end, Fletcher quickly switched play, and it is still the best form of attack.
Tom Belchain has a shot at goal and slots it home. Great transition, great speed, and a beautiful kick, Malcolm, from Zaharakis. Didn't blaze away. Saw Bell Chambers against Murphy and thought that was the wisest way to go.
Yeah, this is what I like, Steve, the spread. You know, just as soon as you got it out, keep going. Take them on, and we know they're a quick team. Lovely kick, just enough height for Bell Chambers. Obviously, nearly always going to beat Murphy in that circumstance. Good, nice finish, though.
So a goal to Tom Bell Chambers, and the improvement he's shown over the last 12 months has been incredible. Keeping David Hill out of this team. So Warnock will do battle with him at this centre bounce, but the Bombers off to a great start here at the MCG. Stanton, Watson, wonderfully creative handball to Howlett, who jams it on the boot towards full foot, fist away from Russell. Dygan with an opportunity, well tackled by Monfries.
Oh, there's a bad knee injury.
No.
There's a bad knee injury here, I think, Chris.
Now play goes
I think it's
on.
Hurley. I think it's Hurley.
No, I think it's
Winderlich.
Winderlich.
It's Winderlich.
Yeah, it looks like he's done his knee.
Left knee.
Yeah, you could see it buckle underneath him.
Now the
saw the
umpire
eight.
needs to be a little smart here because the bounce is to occur 5 metres from where Winderlich's in trouble. Now umpire McBurney's done the right thing here and just stopped proceedings. And there's number 8.
Just trying to get him, use his body on an opponent, and he just go. I saw the flash of the 8. I just thought it might have been Hurley. Yeah, that's right.
It looks bad.
That's sore.
Yeah. Down to Mark Howard.
A quick update on Crameri. He's right and he's back out on the ground, so no real concerns there for the Bombers. Prismal now is going through this strange process where he's done his warm-up and he has to do another warm-up as they're rubbing his legs and getting him right to go, but still got the substitute vest on at the moment.
Thanks, Howie. Ball inside the attacking 50 for the Bombers. Handball by Hurley to Howlett. Now Stanton forced to get back onto the right boot, so he gives it back to Howlett, who squeezes a kick forward into the pocket. Carazzo, and some confusion there with Jamison. And Jamison gathered the ball, was tackled immediately, and the umpire will bounce it deep in the left forward pocket for the Bombers.
As you can see, the Bombers have had it down there in a fair bit of the time.
Warnock will contest this one against Hurley. Hurley somehow got boot to ball, kept it alive, kicks to the hot spot. Bell Chambers flew high, couldn't take the mark. And the umpire will have no choice here but to bounce 20 metres out from the Bombers' goal.
And that's why he's a star, Hurley. No other player, his size and agility, could have kicked that because he can kick it left foot. That was, I mean, it's almost set up a perfect goal.
Warnock the tap to Laidler, to Gibbs. Didn't look, just banged it on the boot. Gained 20 metres for his team. And we'll have a throw in. As I said, Carlton won all 3 first quarters this season. They'll have to get a move on if they want to keep that record intact. And there is Ian Robson, the Essendon CEO, there with Jason Winderlich just giving a pat on the head.
So a boundary throw in half forward for the Bombers. Socket to the wing. Hardingham, or the handball, a little slick for Dempsey. Sweeping handball, Lovett, Murray. And here's the switch of play. We've seen it work to great effect a couple of times, though nothing on this time for Fletcher. So he goes back to Hooker, who marks between half back and wing northern side. That's what was ahead of him, so not too much except one-on-one contest, so elects to go short to Fletcher.
I think it's on again. If Fletcher goes wide, switch play now, it didn't look.
And short, a dangerous kick, but Zaharakis has good hands and marks above his head despite the pressure from Russell. So from centre wing, Zaharakis drives it towards half forward. Not quite Crameri. Well done, Warnock, roving off hands to Curnow. Little gives okay. Carazzo treading along the boundary line with a bounce, if you don't mind. Now he decides to kick high towards half forward. 3-on-1 in favour of the Bombers. Pretty comfortable for Hooker, who's played exceptionally well in this opening quarter. Off to Dempsey to Hampole, back to Dempsey. Good pressure by the Blues. Now Hooker. Little left foot kick is okay. Patrick Ryder marks at half back.
Pops one over the top to Zaharakis. He gives it to Hocking. On that left foot, he drills it long to the 50. Monfries underneath it, but that's a terrific mark taken by Dygan.
It's been good.
Solid, isn't he? Gives it off to Simon White. Murphy, and his kick finds Gibbs in the centre square.
Dygan's a good example of that. There are plenty of good players in SNFL, Waffle, VFL. I think it's going to happen more and more. You know, the 24, 25-year-old.
Oh, well, the Gold Coast nicking all the young players. Of course it'll have to happen. Kick to half forward. And again, Essendon come up with the spoils. Hardingham, good kick, inside 50, and it's a mark. Taken by Crameri. And he plays on to Stanton. Stanton gives the handball off. Lonigan kicks the goal, 3 to the Bombers.
Sure is.
They're just playing smart football, aren't they? They're just picking the eyes out of the Carlton defence.
It's a really good mark. Good share, isn't it? Good team goal. Fantastic play all round, really.
The Bombers lead by 19 points, with Jason Windley going down. The substitute, Brent Prismal, is into the game.
Thanks, Howie, and a great opportunity for Prismal, because been in and out of this Essendon side over the last couple of years. Now, a free kick out of the centre, and it's going to go against Ryder to Warnock. Blues need something here. Gee, Ryder went over the mark, lucky not to be pinged 50. Hyder half forward. Fist, who can crumb at ground level. Curnow an opportunity. Judd, who's been quiet. Dempsey tries to crash through. Got the handball off. Well done by Simpson. Taken high, I thought, but no free kick, said the umpire. And about 60 metres from Carlton's goal. Joe Watson taking a spell. There's the tackle by Prismal on Simpson. So Carlton need a goal. Warnock, Judd, not a great handball. Well done by Lonigan. Now Murphy. Oh, now he's certainly taken high, and he gets the free kick.
Let him up, thanks.
So quick handball off to Simpson. He drives with the left boot wide. Henderson couldn't impact the contest. Hardingham's been good. So is Hooker, and they combine well again this time, and the kick's okay. Jetta, the half back. They're just so exciting when they move the ball, the Bombers. High towards the wing. Crameri did superbly to intercept Russell. Now he's got the run of it. Can he pick it up? Keeps going. Well done. Despite the attendance of 2 Carlton players, Russell's well tackled by McVeigh, and this Essendon side, I think it was Howard, and this. That was great work there from Crameri. This Essendon side, oh gee, they're
what
exciting
a bonus
to
this
watch.
bloke's been. He's been set up the last goal, and that was a huge one-on-one win for the Bombers.
Warnock got the hit out again. Murphy couldn't get the handball away. Warnock now. Left foot kick. Henderson against Fletcher. Spills to Waite. Nice handball to Carazzo. Didn't have to break stride. Here's an opportunity for Carlton. Carazzo goes long, and Garlick couldn't take the mark. He lost his footing. Still might be a Carlton goal. A soccer off the ground, and it's hit the post. It was Eddie Betts. Gee, bounced up, didn't he?
Fantastic recovery.
And the soccer by Betts hit the post. Well, there's another player, Bomber player down.
Yeah,
another knee.
Another knee. Gee, this is
Dempsey?
good. Yep.
Oh, that would be just too much. So it looks like Courtney Dempsey has also injured a knee. Let's have a look. Here we go.
He landed all very awkwardly on.
It didn't look like it was hyperextended, did it? What are the odds of 2 players blowing out their knee in 1/4 of a match?
Just landed awkwardly and jarred, so he immediately grabbed for it. So let's hope he's okay. You'd have to think 2 players out of the game, so they will be at a disadvantage as they try and clear the defensive zone. Short kick, intended target was Fletcher, fisted away by Scotland, so a boundary throw in as Dempsey finally makes his way. Now they're taking some care to get him through the interchange bench, as Coach James Hurd on the boundary line. Now Melksham comes on. Meantime, boundary throw in, chance for the Blues here. Curnow to Judd, to Garlett. Kicked it quickly, and Hooker's been outstanding in this opening quarter. Marks for the Bombers.
He sure has. That is his 11th disposal. And Heppel's been excellent too. Kicked just is beautifully weighted. Thought it was going to drop a little bit short, but it was perfect in the end. Melksham kicks to Monfries, right on the members' wing.
Paddy Ryder again.
That's the target. Ryder's got to beat a couple. Dygan flew from behind, couldn't take the mark. Good win by Lonigan. Then gets knocked over by Curnow. And we'll have a bounce just outside Essendon's 50. Here's James Hird. Might have lost 2 players for the rest of the match in the first quarter.
Don't hold! Don't block!
Warnock against Bell Chambers. Monfries taps it, or tried to tap it to Prismal. Leading stat getters in this first quarter for Essendon, 11 to Hooker, 8 to Lovett Murray. For the Blues, 8 apiece to Gibbs and Judd.
A lot of handballs, Chris Judd.
Yes.
6 handballs, just in tight, giving them off.
Carlton can't afford the Bombers to kick one here. Judd with another opportunity. Little gives to Gibbs, but he's under all sorts of pressure. And he climbs back in on top of the pack, does Judd. Ball not coming out, another bounce. So 39 seconds now. Still time for Carlton if they can whisk it away from this stoppage. Certainly the Bombers in the box seat to score goal number 4. Warnock. Well done by Yaron. Now handball close to the line. Melksham did well to keep his body over the top of the ball, but eventually over, so a boundary throw in at half forward. Half forward for the Bombers.
Gee, Hocking's getting into Judd, Malcolm.
Yeah, I was just watching that myself.
Bell Chambers, beautiful tap to the back to Howlett. Hurries the kick inside, attacking 50. Monfries, gee, certainly interfered with his opponent. No free kick. Well done, Russell. Little toe poke to the advantage of Simpson. And now Robinson. They'll run out of time, will they, the Blues. Scotland's got it at half back. 11 seconds left on the clock towards Henderson. Getting back first, Lovett Murray sits over the ball. Now a chance for Garlett. They're going to run out of time, unfortunately, for Blues fans. But quarter time, the big game at the MCG. And it's the Bombers leading by 18 points.
Terrible situation for the Bombers. Looks like both players, certainly you won't see them today, and you would fear Winderlick quite possibly the rest of the season. Courtney Dempsey, the Bombers aren't too sure at this stage.
There's Dempsey being taken in the rooms. Of course, they didn't have the cart there because it was already being used on Jason Winderlick. So lots of headaches for the Bombers, despite the fact, Michael Christian, they're 18 points up as we start the second quarter.
And doing very well. Now the ball not coming out of there, so we'll get a secondary bounce. Carlton, who have won their opening quarters in their first 3 games, couldn't even register a goal. There's captain Chris Judd, Hocking doing the job on him. So 3-goal advantage to the Bombers. Warnock works in front. Lonigan fighting hard in and under. Curnow applying some pressure. And another bounce.
I don't mind who gets with the footy.
Lonigan kicked a goal in the opening quarter. 1 of 3 for the Bombers. They certainly were impressive. Warnock was held.
You wrapped your arms around him.
And we'll get a free kick. So, fair enough. So Robbie Warnock decides just to kick it long. Inside attacking 50 for the Blues. In from the side, Henderson. Decisive fist from Fletcher. Now, Stanton has applied a pretty good tackle on Carazzo and stopped him in his tracks. We'll get a bounce 40 metres from Carlton's goal.
Just looking at McVeigh's gone on to Gartlett with Dempsey going off. Gartlett been in fantastic form, so the very experienced Mark McVeigh has gone to pick him up.
Thanks, Joe.
So still inside the Blues 50. Boy, do they need a goal. Bill Chambers reached over the top and tapped it beautifully to Watson. That was great ruck work. Russell taps it in the direction of Carazzo, who gives it back to Russell. And he kicks it out of bounds on the full. Stanton to take the free kick. Kicks long to a contest. Lonigan to Lovett Murray, stripped of the football. Ball yells the Carlton fans. There's Jamison. It's tough in the clinches at the moment. Now Robertson finally comes away with the football. Pumps it long. Here's an opportunity for Waite. Hands in the back. It's against Waite. Or Henderson, take your pick. Both the forwards had their hands in their opponents' backs. So free kick on the last line of defence going to the Bombers, and Cale Hooker coming up for his 12th disposal.
7 marks included in that for Hooker, so an outstanding opening quarter. He kicks towards half-back, taken though by Gibbs from 50, kicks back goalward. Has it got a chance for Henderson and fisted through by Heppel. So behind to the Blues.
It's almost like he needs to lead up and get an easy kick just to get him in the game. And sometimes as coach, that's what you should do. You know you've got a player who's just down a bit. Just set up the first kick to him. You can do that over break.
Hampson has given away a free.
On the full, please, Chris.
Pretty blatant one, that one. So Bell Chambers at half-back for Essendon. Bombers lead by 16 points, kicked the first 3 goals of the match, all in the first quarter. Here's a long ball. What's happened here? Another nudge. And this is against Monfries. Is it, or a downfield?
Free kick at the point of drop.
And that's a free kick downfield, and Essendon are going to have a shot at goal as we see Jason Winderlich, Mark Howard around the boundary on crutches.
Absolutely, the crowd giving him a cheer. He is in all sorts of trouble, Jason Winderlich, and this will really test the Bombers. Obviously now 1 man down on the bench with Dempsey as well. They're coming off a 6-day break, and the Blues have had an 8-day break, so this will really test the Bombers' fitness and rotations.
Angus Monfries has received a free kick for downfield, and you'll line up 45-degree angle, 50 metres out from goal, certainly within his range. Stabs the kick, it's across the face, and supporting result there really for the Bombers as the mark's taken by Hampson.
That's it.
Cannot believe the run up then. I mean, a 100-game player now, he's just got to get more momentum than that. You're always going to jerk the ball with yippee stepping.
Kick towards half-back for the Blues, and again numbers around the contest. Now free kick's been plucked down, it'll go to the Blues, and it'll come back to Henderson, who's just had the 1 handball so far. So playing his first game for the year, the former Lion kicks to the wing. Oh, massive leap by Wade. He almost got it that time. And the ball over, so we'll get a boundary throw in front of the Great Southern Stand. Big fly from Jared Wade.
I think that's pretty honest, and I mean it's pretty legit though, that one, Stephen. 1-on-1, have a crack.
Hampson in front, beautiful tap to Judd, kicks it around the body, but ill-directed. Mark taken by Hardingham. Now the Bombers are away. Good run provided by Fletcher through the corridor. He's got players if he wants. He's got a long option. Decides to kick from 60, driving it long. Oh, it's got the carry. What a beauty from Dustin Fletcher. Well, Malcolm.
Well, he's one of my favourite players, but this is one of my favourite plays of all time.
Let's watch where he kicks this.
Inside the centre square to your
3 metres inside the centre square and carried 5 or 7 metres through. So that's got to be 68, 69 metre kick, I reckon. Let's just round it off at 70. Oh.
Malcolm Blight, the grand old man of football, talk us through this kick from Dustin Fletcher.
Oh, this is one of my favourite players of all time. Have a look at that. At 35 years of age to do that and still have the pace and want and desire to do it and ability.
And the kicking, I mean, that went 70 metres, that kick.
He turns 36 in about 3 weeks' time. When he started his AFL career, his current captain was 8 years old. He's old. But what a great goal from Dustin Fletcher, and the Bombers have all 4 goals in the match. It's not panic stations yet for Carlton, but gee, if you're a Blues supporter, you'd like to see one on the board pretty soon. Hampson fed it out to Judd. It was a great handball over to Collins, who manages to dish off. Here's an opportunity for Kerner, has to double back and get the football. To Gibbs, thought about kicking, handballs to Simpson, he's tackled. Great defensive work by Essendon. Garlett on the left, a laconic kick. He might have squeezed it home, he has! There's the goal the Blues needed. It was lazy, it was laconic, it was a left foot, but it was a beautiful goal, Malcolm.
The pressure was just enormous there to execute like this. Good from Gibbs, stayed cool. Simpson, the umpire put his whistle to mouth then and stopped. He was going to play holding the ball. And then that, from 45 metres, just thank you. He's a lovely player. He's in really good form.
Well, it was a long time coming. Carlton finally scoring their first goal of the match 10 minutes into the second term as Betts comes back onto the ground. The goal kick by Garlett and a casual left foot kick from 49 metres. Absolute beauty from Garlett. And that might give the Blues some confidence. One forward by Hampson. Robinson dives on the footy, emerges with it. Fighting hard Stanton in there. So is Murphy for Carlton, but going nowhere. Big pack of players around it to bounce.
This centre bounce was, and now this ball up here is huge. If Carlton get the next one, this is where you need to, as a senior group, you say, hey, we've got to get this. We've got to get the next goal no matter what.
Oh, just taken from the boot by Robinson towards full forward. Henderson turn around, fisted away by McVeigh. Well done, Hardingham. Cool in a crisis. Off to Prismal. Now McVeigh. Deep inside defence of 50. Beautiful kick to Lovett Murray. He kicks it wide to Stanton. Now the Bombers away. Took a long time and put down by Waite. Kick towards Zaharakis. Prismal. Well done. Good pressure by the Blues. Simpson jams it on the boot towards half forward. Coming out Henderson. Couldn't take it. Front and centre. Well played by Collins, although he missed the handball. Elementary error. And now a turnover. Watson combines with Hardingham, Heppel, and they get it wide. The mark's taken by Monfries.
Lost opportunity for Carlton there. Good defensive work by Yarran. We'll have a throw in on centre wing. Watson got it off to Prismal. Good use of the body by Curnow. Judd. Carazzo. Blues looking a tad better in the last few minutes. Good kick to Waite. He's finally got one on the lead.
There you go. This was always on that first goal. You know, when you, oh, it's just so tight, the game. It is really tight. The scoreboard is not true justice. But another goal here, and all of a sudden you're on a bit of a roll.
He is working hard, Jared Waite. He's blowing hard. He kicks towards goal. It's not going to make the distance. Rushed behind. Sucking in the deep breaths. It's the Bombers by 15 points.
Just get the feeling, though, Malcolm, that Carlton have been able to equalise things in general play, whereas in the first quarter, the Bombers certainly dominated.
I couldn't agree more.
So the kick comes in. Now a chance for Monfries. Good handball to Watson, but under pressure, he coughs it up. Curnow, left foot kick, wide, and almost an opportunity there for Garlett. Couldn't quite take it. Fletcher combines with Heppel under the pump. Collins a little fumble. Fletcher did well. Boundary throw in, 45 metres around from the Carlton goal. So another opportunity here for the Blues, perhaps. 15 points, their deficit. Well done, Bell Chambers reaching over, got it to Watson. Handball under pressure to Hardingham. Now it's the Bombers' turn to be under pressure. Lovett Murray couldn't find, will get ball to boot, and again a ball up 30 metres this time from the Blues goal.
Can't believe how hard Chris Judd works in tight. He's had 3 or 4 tackles in the last 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, he just hunts the footy.
And Hocking bumps into him again. Betts, great roving. Kick-off line.
Now let's look at the scoreboard here. 1 goal, 6. Carlton. 3 of those have been rushed, and 2 have been snaps from Eddie Betts. 1 along the ground and 1 under pressure. So you can talk about the scoreboard and the kicking, but it's actually got nothing to do with the kicking. It's great pressure.
Not the best of kick-ins from Fletcher. He usually is immaculate in that area, but Essendon get out of it. Ryder flies. Hurley does the roving. Stood up in the tackle. Good work here from White. And he wobbles one to the forward pocket. Tough one to mark. And we'll have a throw in. Very swirly conditions at the MCG. Deep in Carlton's attacking territory. Ryder got the tap. Great roving by Judd. Immediately tackled by Watson. And a another stoppage coming up. 35 metres out from Carlton's goal.
We've had 70 tackles in the game already. It's been a tight game. Occasional breakaway. Essendon have done it better than Carlton at this stage. But the in-tight stuff has been enormous. Both teams very competitive.
Heppel, quick kick out of the pack to centre halfback. Zaharakis is there for Essendon. Prismal, nice pickup. And good handball to Jetta. The Bombers are away.
Jetta gets it back. And he kicks towards half forward. Now the Blues have got the numbers, although Crameri finds the footy off to Zaharakis, who runs to 25 and kicks a goal for the Bombers. Now the Blues have had it locked in their forward half for the last 2 or 3 minutes, but the quick breakaway, and this was the work. You can see Russell going back with the flight. It was his man that stayed down, and he was able to find the football, and great support from Zaharakis. So the Bombers back out to a 20-point advantage. And there you go, just underlining what we've been saying, Malcolm, that it's been Carlton in this quarter who have certainly had possession of the ball in their forward half.
You know what it is? James Hird has developed a new style of football, and it's called breakaway football. They've got nearly all their goals from breakaways.
Soccer off the ground by Robinson. Falls in the arms of Betts. Can't control it. Umpire let it go. This game's been umpired really well. It's been a tight game. Umpires let it go and flow.
Perhaps we should talk about that a bit more with Matthew Knights being the former coach. He played this breakaway football but couldn't add defence to it. So what they've done now is add this defence to it. And it's an exciting brand of footy.
Betts again working hard, knocking it forward for his team. Russell's there. And yet another bounce.
They have breakaways in gridiron too, don't they? Michael, you're a sports genius. Breakaway?
No, gridiron.
No, breakaways?
Here's Warnock. Big fella gets it out to Yaron, who through heavy traffic did really well to Wade, who finds some space, drills it goal. That is magnificent stuff. Oh, Malcolm, that's great. A great snap. And what about the bullocking work?
Yes, fantastic. He's a key. He's a really good player.
Look at that, Yaron, just through heavy traffic.
All of a sudden you get a metre in space and then a wonderful finish. See how that kick went longer than when the set shot he had, because he took 3 or 4 steps of pace and belted it rather than get too predetermined with goal kicking? I just don't know. I don't get it. Jared Wade. Have a look at this. Great work from Yaron just underneath. Have a look. 3, 4, 5. Quick steps, bang. And yet when he kicks for goal, he takes 14 slow ones.
Kicked the 10 rows back too. So the Blues back to within 14 points. Well done, Warnock. Decisive tap in the direction of Judd. He couldn't control it. Carazzo. Now Curnow has done well in this opening half. Off to Simpson. They've been forced back. Now with Scotland halfback's been relatively quiet. Wide towards the wing, and Murphy couldn't control it. Good pressure coming from Lovett Murray, and we'll get a boundary throw in. (5-2) plays 2-6. Ryder to the back. Prismal and Murphy. Murphy did well to keep his composure, and then a hand off to Judd. Here he goes, Chris Judd from 60. Drives it to the goal square. Fletcher in a good spot, and he fists it over for a behind. Well done, Dustin Fletcher. I just wondered whether Judd could have just gone an extra 5 metres, Malcolm, and maybe had a ping at the goals.
Quite a rule in football. If you bounce it, you either got to kick a goal or kick it to a teammate. Because everyone gets out of position, just kick it to the short. And I still think it's a good rule.
Hurley attacks it. Gives it off to Stanton, who kicks to the wing. McVeigh. Milksham. Zaharakis. We've got pace. Look at him take on Dygan. 2 bounces, 3 bounces. Runs to 50. Zaharakis loads up. It's not going to bounce the right way. Nevertheless, exciting stuff.
Breakaway footy, Stephen.
There's Dempsey and Winderlich. If you've just joined us, both Essendon players off with what appear to be serious knee injuries. We'll have more at half-time.
Margin 14 points now. Jared Waite's got it at half-back for the Blues. Searching kick, but gee, Henderson's been out of sorts today, outmarked by Hardingham.
Yeah, that's right.
Kicks inside the corridor. Zaharakis, who just bounces off Robinson. Now the short kick is a beauty to Watson. And Watson will kick from 45 metres on a slight angle.
Michael, the boys are on the job. Of the 5 goals, 3 they've currently kicked Essendon. 4 goals, 2 have come from the back half attacks. Breaking away from there.
So Joe Watson, who is up now to 11 disposals.
Had a breakaway.
Yeah, very nice. That could work, Melbourne. Quiet first quarter, but now, as I said, up to 11 and an opportunity to kick. Goal number 6 for the Bombers. Gee, no mistake there. Yeah. Wonderful kick from Watson. So the margin back out to 20, and Carlton look as though they're getting their way into the game, but at the moment the Bombers have got all the answers.
Yes, they have, and the scoreboard's obviously affected that way.
Joe Watson's 7th goal for the season already. Beautifully executed. Judd puts Carlton inside 50. Waite caught behind, forced to punch. Hardingham run down by Betts, and umpire has given a free kick to the Bombers.
Look, I watched Jared Waite then. He actually plays from behind a bit too much as a forward, a key forward. I reckon he got to present a bit more in front, and he got caught behind again. Those quick kicks out the centre particularly. Get in front, Jared. You'll improve.
Good pressure though from Waite. Forces the turnover. Good run from Jamison. Starting to develop that in his game. He kicks to Waite, who stabs the pass inside 50. It's a nice one, and he finds Collins. The Tigers recruit made his way over this year in the direct swap with Sean Grigg, and he's now going to have a shot at goal. His first in Blues colours. Kicked 23 of them for the Tigers in his 25 matches. Well within range, only 35 metres out at worst. Collins kicks and misses badly. Beautiful kick in by Fletcher. Finds Hooker. All of a sudden the Bombers are away. Howlett to Watson. Gives it back to Howlett. He took on the tackler. He's gone. Oh, the umpire let it go. That's a lucky let off for the Bombers. Nevertheless, the Blues get the ball back. Judd. Murphy. Back to the Carlton captain. Handballs to Waite. Overcooked the handball. Put Waite under the hammer. He's good enough to get out of it to Simpson, who's a beautiful kick. Simpson loads up and kicks a goal. He is a beautiful finisher. Gee, that was exciting play.
Well, it was, because at the other end of the ground, Howlett cowered when someone came at him. He didn't do anything under pressure and just gave the ball up. Waite again, key to it. His last 3-4 movements have been really good, and the Blues have looked dangerous when he's got hold of the ball.
Wonderful running goal
Watch
from
this.
Simpson.
Have a look at that. I don't quite get what that's got to be more aggressive or aware or something. It's you just don't put out a fingernail. You just got to push the bloke away so you mean it.
So back in the centre, Blues certainly getting into third gear at the moment. Murphy on his backside just trying to find the foot. He can't. Another bouncy attacking side of the circle for the Bombers.
I don't mean to be aggressive, but someone come at you like that, Michael, and you just push really hard, don't you? You want to get out there so your life depends on it.
Yeah, it was disappointing play from Howlett, and it cost the Bombers a goal. So Bell Chambers sharked by Murphy, who was tackled, well tackled. No genuine attempt, says the umpire. Free kick to the Bombers.
Stand up now. Thank you. Just come out
And
quick,
it'll come back
guys.
to Stanton. Margin just 12 points. Every time Carlton have got this close, the Bombers have been able to find a goal from somewhere. In fact, Zaharakis now kicks it into the pocket. Dygan, well done, floating across the front of the pack. Takes a good mark. Done a good job on Monfries this afternoon. Now he's called to play on, and a short kick marked by Curnow. Still inside defensive 50 for the Blues, but certainly within striking distance, remembering the Bombers are down 2 on the bench, which will start to tell certainly deep into the second half as he switches the play dangerously. But Henderson gets a bit of a cheer from the Carlton fans as he marks at half-back. Now a couple to choose from in the corridor. Mark taken by Robinson. Careful kick back to Dygan, but still on defensive 50, but an opportunity for the Blues to build, although his kick to Yaron, not great. He's got plenty of time though, Chris Yaron. So a second bounce, and the kick marked by Collins. Murphy providing some run. Here they go, the Blues. Mark Murphy. Kick wide towards Garlett, and also Simpson drifting in from the side. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt as though that was the target. I thought initially Garlett was the one leading into space, but Simpson,
I thought he helicoptered it a bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just wobbled a bit, didn't
okay,
it?
well, we won't give him the benefit of the doubt then, but it doesn't matter because Kade Simpson can kick his second goal in 2 minutes from 30 metres. Far easier shot that he had just moments ago to convert Carlton's third goal. He'll kick from 30 on a slight angle. Couple of minutes left in the half. This would bring the Blues back to within 6 points. Nonchalantly pops it through. The Blues are coming. Kicked the last 2 goals. And the margin just 6 points.
What was the biggest lead? It was about 22 points.
22 points was the biggest margin at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. So the Blues have done well to work their way back into this.
So worries for James Hird. His team worked so hard to get a 22-point lead, but now they're 2 men down. And Carlton, bearing in mind Malcolm, also played last Friday. The Bombers played on the Sunday, so the Blues had 2 more days rest or prep for this match. So right now, if you're a betting man, you might want to plonk your cash on the Blues. But this is a new look Bombers team in 2011. Melksham driven into the ground. A bounce, 55 out from the Bombers' goal.
Yeah, there's been some great wins over the years even with this, the interchange rule, hasn't there? I mean, it's not impossible.
No, against the odds, players down.
Yep.
Hampson the tap inside his defensive 50. Interesting decision as Hocking kicks to the forward pocket.
Goal either way here, so momentum going into half-time is going to be delightful for one of these teams if one of them can get a late goal.
Right of the tap. It's Melksham. Found some room. Snaps towards goal. Across the face. Murphy. Good mark. Had a big second quarter.
Actually, Judd has had a great second quarter. Waite's really come into the game, and Murphy and Gibbs continue to get possessions.
So Laidler now dribbles the kick. It's effective though. Russell, Curnow drives it long. Wade at the back with his name written all over it. He marks. 55 from goal. Now chips it deep into the pocket. Garlett up. Yes, no, not paid. No, he gets a free kick. Free kick to Garlett. He almost took the marker post to McVeigh. And as we watch it again, you can see the left arm. He's dragged down by McVeigh. Fair enough. He'll kick from just 20 metres, but the angle acute.
I've got a funny idea. This, lads, is probably the most exciting thing I've seen for the start of the year, as in ability. He jumped really early, so he's not frightened to get off the ground. Some blokes don't like it. He jumped early and covered the ball.
He's kicked one. Oh, and that's not his best effort. In fact, sprays it right across the face. Missed by a long way. In fact, I reckon 10 metres to the right of the behind post. So a free kick to the Bombers deep into defence.
Fix that one.
Yeah.
No, it's been a tight, tough, dour contest. Nothing in it at half-time. Blues, one last attempt to go before the siren. Front and centre. Run out of time. There's a goal, the difference. So the Blues have clawed their way back from a 22-point deficit. So it's the Bombers by 6 points as they're underway in the third quarter. Clearing kick by Watson and just travelled the bare 15, marked by Zaharakis. Quick release to Stanton, who kicks a long and high ball, looking for Hurley, who drifted out of the game in the second quarter. Scotland to White. Carazzo. This is good teamwork. Yaron gets the handball received from Murphy to the 50. Wait, just flew a little bit early. Lovett Murray. Good forward pressure though from Gibbs. Hooker, good tackle, Betts. Wait, throws it onto the boot into the forward pocket. Simpson's there, spills to Gibbs. He backtracks and does the disciplined thing. Kicks to the hot spot. There's 3 Blues there. Warnock flew, couldn't take the mark. The big fella gets it on the second bite. Onto the boot to the full forward area. Henderson can't mark. Here's Heppel. Didn't have it. Hocking. Lovett Murray under pressure. Scrubby old kick to Hooker. Got to be clean here. Isn't. He was under pressure. Murphy lost a handle on it. Jedd's in there. Murphy has another crack. Handball's back. Here's an opportunity for Yaron. He's got time to steady and he does it well as his kick finds Jeremy Laidler, who can go back and have a shot. He has never kicked a goal in his short AFL career. This is a big opportunity. Oh, that was a mad scramble.
There.
Jeremy Laidler played 2 games for the Cats.
Yeah.
Now 3 games in Blues colours. Hasn't kicked a goal in the AFL. 21 years of age, from right on the 50. It looks pretty good. Will it make the distance? No, just off hands. No, did it bounce through? It's a goal. Well, Essendon claims it was touched. They went up in the goal square and it drifted over the hands of the pack. And it's gone through for a goal. Scores level at the MCG. Let's have another look at this one.
Can't believe that. No, I want to have a look too, James. I was certain it came off everyone's hands, but they all misjudged. I can't believe 4 really good players would miss it. Guess what?
They did. Went right through the hands. I think it was Henderson.
Let's have another look here. Oh, no, that's touched him.
Oh.
That is, I reckon that's touched him.
You can't tell, can you?
Yeah, it's run up his arm almost. In fact, I can see the red stains of the Sharon. That's run down his arm almost. Well, here we go. Have a look at this. Watch his left arm.
Oh. You're a better man than I can't tell.
Well, look, it looked like it was a touch there, but anyway, it's a goal to Carlton, all tied up at the MCG. Carazzo wide to Scotland. Poor handball intended for Judd to Hocking, who was taken high by Judd, and he'll get the free kick.
Thanks, Andrew.
Heath Hocking off to McVeigh, forced in a defensive role after the injury to Dempsey. Big leap from Crammery, not paid. Ball at ground level, and the umpire decides to bounce between wing and half forward for the Bombers.
Well, just watching that's a great jump, isn't it? Nearly took it down, nearly paid that. I've seen them paid worse than that. Hey, Essendon have to do something here. I mean, the interchange hasn't affected them yet. They've all had a rest. So right now is when they should be actually playing their best. They don't want to let Carlton get away from him here when you're under this early stage of the third quarter. There should be no excuses for this.
So another bounce. And Bell Chambers does well, wins it in the direction of Hocking. Couldn't handle it. Murphy can. Kicked along the line. Intended target Collins, stays in. Well done, Henderson. Handball was brilliantly blocked by Lovett Murray, and a boundary throw in the attacking side of the wing for the Blues.
Bell, Chambers and Warnock. Warnock beautifully done. Great tap to Judd, who handballs into the middle. It was ambitious, but it's come off, or has it? Yaron paddling, Jetta snapping at the heels. Yaron got it off. Here's an opportunity for Collins, who steadies and kicks a point. Ooh. 2 behinds to Andrew Collins. Both very gettable goals.
So the Bombers now, again, Crameri up, taken by Bell Chambers, off to Howlett. Took a long time to get rid of it, but kicks towards half forward in front. White in front of Hurley. Now to Dygan, off to Murphy, and the Blues certainly got the better of the midfield duels at the moment. Back to Dygan, hurried it in the end towards half forward. No mark. Collins at ground level, pumps it into the pocket, up in front. Numbers with the Blues here, so well done by Hooker, and he's been pinged. Well, I thought he might have disguised it well enough, but not according to the umpire. And Jared Waite with the free kick.
Straight at the line, no doubt deliberate.
And he will need to kick it 40 metres, but again, the real concern is the angle. So mouthguard dispense with.
He's had a good 25, 30 minutes, hasn't he, White?
He's certainly been the difference. Drop punt on its way, just missing to the right. It was a good effort. The Carlton lead now out to 2 points. And there's the free kick against Cale Hooker.
Fletcher's kick's a good one, finds Watson.
Stay there.
It's the Blues by 2 points. It's been a tense, tight match. Collins couldn't quite take the mark. Waite did well again. He's having a good game. Then he slipped. I hope he's okay. He's up. We'll see another player do a knee. And holding the ball is the call. He's a little bit ginger his weight, but he seems to be all right. And it's a free kick going to Howlett for the Bombers.
Carlton led in the early minutes of the game. It's the first time they've been in front since then. As Ryder Marks just backward of the wing. He's been pretty quiet as well. He's coming in for disposal number 6. Long towards half forward. Warnock getting back. And Hurley appealing for a free kick there for a Shepherd, but not paid. Carazzo, now well done McVeigh, is able to get in front of Yaron. Now what can he do? Gee, he was holding the tackle a long time. Stanton pulled off the football, and it's tied up, but a good outcome that for the Bombers, because we'll get a bounce on their 50-metre line after Carlton looked as though they were going to certainly try and move it through the midfield. So Warnock and Bell Chambers push out, so a free kick.
Try to impress.
It's actually a nice kick, isn't he? For, you know, he drops the ball pretty correctly. He's skill-wise as good as we watch that free kick. She's very subtle nudge, wasn't it?
Yeah. They need to kick this at least 55 metres.
Holds the ball beautiful.
So let's see if we can get the carry. Gee, it leans into it. That's a beautiful looking kick. Just hasn't got the carry, and then Warnock uncontested. There's Mark between the goal and point posts. So
Don't go forward. Play on.
Warnock now runs into the back pocket, kicks it very high towards half back, going back White almost. Well, Lovett Murray was held without it. He'll get the free kick for the Bombers.
Play on.
Well, play on's the call now. Howlett did well to get out of trouble. Lovett Murray taps it to McVeigh. He's under the pump. Great defensive stuff from the Blues. It's a brilliant tackle by White. They're hunting in numbers, Carlton. Free kick in the back, going the Blues' way, and it's going to be taken there by Garlett.
It's a big win.
They've firmed right in the betting, the Blues. And they're short price favourites for this game. As Robinson drives it long, Eddie Betts stays down. Boundary line beats him. Down the other end, Malcolm, they need something from Ryder and Hurley right now. They've really drifted out of the game.
Yes, they have indeed. And as I said, I like both players, but just not getting a lot of opportunity either.
Boundary throw in, ball to the back, Lovett Murray. Oh, gee, well tackled by Robinson. And what's the umpire going to do? Give him the benefit of the doubt, a bounce. Just 25 metres from Carlton's goal. Trail by 22 points, 9 minutes into the second quarter. They now find themselves 2 points in front. Oh, Knock wins it down. Sharp by Curnow. Quick snap out of the pack. Here's a goal. Carlton have kicked the last 4 goals in the game and lead by 8 points.
Well, you could try that many times and not do it, but he's just hit it perfectly. just found a metre. His direct opponent was right with him, just went for the ball as it popped out. And, well, sometimes you hit them good, sometimes you don't. Yeah, it's a great snap in the end. Have a look as his opponent just gets caught underneath the ball and throws it on the boot. And I've a great theory. If you kick it long, hard and high, you're more likely to kick it straight, and he did.
Well, the Bombers must stand up right now. The challenge has been thrown down to them. Can they respond? Ryder can't get boot to ball. And bounce. The Blues set a half-forward position. They've won 6 of the last 7 matches against Carlton. Have the Bombers. Look at the tackle count this quarter, 17-6. So they've dominated recent matches, Essendon. Right now, they've got a huge challenge ahead. Lonigan kicks back into the middle. Melksham, good chase down by Yaron. Laidler's there for Carlton. Here's Monfries for Essendon. Fed out the handball to Bell Chambers. Good handball to Melksham. Bombers throwing it around, picked up by Hocking, and he's blazed away. And it is just behind. Carazzo. Little chip to Judd. He's not awarded the mark. Claims the call. Russell. Bounce 50 metres out for the Bombers' goal.
Tackles 57-58 at this stage in the third quarter. Amazing.
Almost half an hour since Essendon's last goal. Warnock got the tap to Judd. Handballs into the corridor and Dygan runs onto it. Backs himself again. Blues running out of defence. Gibbs can't quite break the tackle. Here's a turnover. Watson. Oh, Prismal spent it before he had it, but has time to recover. Chip over the top to Hocking. Takes the mark. He's got a loose man on the 50. Ignores him, gives it back to Prismal, who drills it long. Looking for Bell Chambers. Zaharakis keeps it alive. Warnock to Gibbs. Clever little tap off to Scotland. Scotland's kick finds Carazzo, and the Blues now on the fast break.
Carazzo, second bounce, runs through centre wing. Kick inside, attacking 50. Garland at the back, but in front. Well played by Hardingham, who has got a wonderful vertical leap across the ground to Hooker. In the last 3 or 4 minutes, the Bombers certainly controlling things in general play. Monfries now long towards half forward. Good Martin Melksham, he can go. He decides not to.
They've been a bit predictable on the forward line. They've kicked long for so often. They really need to actually try and get a pass.
Well, kick towards the pocket. Stanton
They're a bit
tries
rushy.
to keep it in, but it's over.
They're a bit rushy into their forward line. They're not waiting. If nothing's on, they're not waiting for something to create.
Exactly, and that was to a 2-on-1 contest against a mid-sized player in Stanton. So not the best of options from Melksham. Boundary throw-in. Bombers into attack. Bell Chambers. Only as far as Curnow. Carazzo, little fumble. Good pressure by Prismal, but Curnow is able to slide away from him and kicks it out wide. Watson versus Scotland. Scotland did very well, although perhaps it to the advantage of Lovett Murray. Wild sort of handball. Jenner, brilliant. Got it back to Watson. Can he find a target? He can. Zaharakis has marked 50 from goal. Too far out to score, you'd suggest. Kicks towards the pocket. Cramry over his head and stays in play for Jemison just to kick it long. Not sure about the decision there either. Betts almost couldn't take it. Numbers 4-on-1 in favour of the Bombers. Betts does superbly to tie the ball up. Ball allowed to come out. Gibbs put the head down. Well umpired, no free kick there. The Bombers trying to work it free.
That's a free.
Got to be a free kick that time. And will be taken by Hocking. Too far out to score.
Look, a lot of movement. If you can see the Essendon forward line, there is just not a lot of movement.
Well, he gives it to Fletcher, who was under the pump, so wild old mongrel into the pocket. Zaharakis well tackled by Yaron. Oh, he's going to ping him here. And he made a genuine attempt, in my view, to get the ball out, but not according to the umpire. He's the one that matters.
Their forward structures under pressure haven't held up Essendon. I know there are a couple of blokes down and all that, but no one's leading for each other to lead into a hole. There's just no system in the forward line at the moment.
Hampson sets himself. Couldn't quite take the mark. Curnow again had a good third quarter. Kicks to half forward. Fletcher gets there first. That's a very clever tap. Back to Heppel. And the 18-year-old has plenty of time to use it well. Oh, just found his captain in Watson. That was millimetre perfect. Good kick to half forward to Melksham, who's got plenty of leg speed. Goes into the pocket, looking for Zaharakis, back of the pack. Monfries handballs off to Lonigan. 2 goals to Sam Lonigan. And the Bombers are back. The last 5 minutes, they've fought their way back. They are well in this contest.
And I must say that pretty risky punch there. He's a great punch though, isn't he? It's actually tried to kick it to a teammate on a lead. It wasn't a great kick, but it's the first time they've actually done that close to goal for a while. And it's fallen their way. I got a bit lucky with it, so that's okay. Sometimes you do.
Two goals to Sam Lonigan, and the Bombers back to within a couple of points. And the two injured Bombers, Courtney Dempsey and Jason Winderlich, won't take any further part in the game. Now free kick surely at the base of the pack there against Gibbs. Will go to Stanton. So Bombers certainly controlling things. Can they score another here towards half forward? Hurley back up forward, can't take this one. Got hands to it. Well done, Howlett. Worried Curnow out of it, but a free kick in the meantime. He's going to Scotland. At half-back for the Blues. Lead by a couple of points. Target is Hampson at the back. Oh, gee, Hardingham should have punched. Brilliantly taken off hands by Garlett with one bounce. Not much to go to, so draws the player inside. Oh, gee, should have tackled Fletcher. Collins, he's collared now by Hooker. He had prior opportunity. Free kick to the Bombers at half-back to Cale Hooker. No, it's going to go back to Fletcher.
So the veteran, season number 19, kicks long to the members' wing. Big fist came from Jamison. McVeigh, slick hands to Zaharakis, who kicks straight down the throat of Scotland. Difficult one to mark. Manages to get it to a teammate. Here's White. The best of kicks. Oh, running back with the flight of the ball. It was a tough one for Hooker. Handball found Fletcher. Garlett. Handball intercepted by Heppel, who took him on. Well done. Great effort by the teenager, and he's found Paddy Ryder, who kicks from the inside of the boot. Interesting decision up forward, and Carlton had numbers back. Laidler, now Dygan to Scotland, and he kicks long down the line.
Target up there was Hampson, but outmarked pointlessly there by Bell Chambers. Dangerous kick. It's okay though. The mark taken by Stanton. Put down. Bomber fans call for 50 metres. Stanton towards half forward, right of the target. Ball to the back. No, in fact, it wasn't to the back. Ladler did well to get it forward and then keep the ball in front of him. And paddled across the line for a boundary thrown at half forward. Let's get down to Howie for an update.
Andrew Walker, you can see him there. Carlton haven't used their sub at this stage. So Essendon have been a man down since the 15-minute mark of the first quarter. Carlton have still got that man spare and all the running. When do you get him on the ground, Blighty?
Yeah, good question. I would do it after three-quarter time so you can give him a really good run-up at three-quarter time. I don't think there's going to be much change in the game. It's still pretty tight. So give him a really good warm-up at three-quarter time, then get him on.
Scotland with the free kick across the ground to Yaron. Oh, a bit of sidestepping there. Did brilliantly to evade Melksham. Kick wide. Henderson outpointed by Fletcher. Fletcher at ground level, outnumbered, but he earns the free kick for a high tackle. The veteran.
He's an absolute competitor, isn't he?
Turns 36 on May the 7th.
That's not very far away. Not many can go to 36.
Oh, it was Michael Tuck 37.
Yes.
And
From
still,
memory, yeah.
Still had another year in him, perhaps.
Yeah.
Prismal Tuck holds the record, of course. 426 matches for the Hawks. And about, I think it was about 60 or 70 reserves games as well. Remarkable player. Jeddah has a break. And it's at Essendon's half-forward line. The Blues by 2 points. Warnock and Bell Chambers. Bell Chambers got the tap to Watson, to Prismal. Nice little sidestep. Hocking. Zaharakis. Kicks deep. Russell's there in front is Cranberry. Strong hands.
How good's this bloke been?
Yeah, he's been a revelation, and he wasn't in their best probably 30 before the season started, but his NAB Cup form was fantastic, and he earned the right to get a place in this Essendon side, and he's been fantastic.
From Maryborough. Stuart Cranberry to put the Bombers back in front. Oh, it's a stinker.
Fixed him up.
Yeah, got rid of him.
Andrew Walker has just come onto the ground now, guys.
Oh, okay.
And who's he replaced?
For a minute. Just for the last minute. It's an interesting call.
Short kick into Carazzo from Russell. Gee, we're set up for a great final quarter here at the MCG. Beautiful autumn's day. Kick from Carazzo. Walker involved in that pack, but didn't have an impact. The boundary throw in between wing and half forward for the Bombers.
It's an interesting call, isn't it, with a minute to go?
Yeah. 5-minute little warm-up, three-quarter time.
Lockie Henderson's the man he's replaced.
Tapped down by Warnock. Brilliantly shark blow by Watson. A couple of tackles. Now standing a step from 50. Just dragged it left. So it's all locked up. 49 apiece. 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. This will be a cracking final term.
Called play on. So we'll have a bounce at the top of the square.
I mean, you often wonder, and he's called it right.
Way over.
Yeah, he's called it right. You just don't need to do it. If you have to kick that hurriedly, it's not on. No, it's just...
So bounce at the tip of the goal square. Essendon into attack. Scores level. Warnock, clever little tap to Russell, who's taken over the line for a point. So Bombers in front.
Warnock was very good in ruck then. You see how he didn't belt it through because it would have been deliberate? He just pushed it back towards the points and boundary line. A really clever tap, that.
So 25 seconds left in the quarter. Yaron to himself and then Long. Wait, the leaper at the back got hands to it. Couldn't mark. Hardingham almost threw it out. In fact, the umpire deemed it as a throw. And so Carlton away here. Still time. Judd bouncing through the centre of the ground. Kick towards half forward. Fletcher in a great position here. That was years of experience telling. He was standing off Hampson and is marked at centre half back as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. The Bombers by a point, set up for a wonderful final term here at the MCG. The final quarter. Perfect conditions at the MCG. It's been a beautiful Melbourne afternoon. Who will emerge victor? Bell Chambers beaten by Hampson. Chance for Melksham, who picked it up brilliantly, couldn't get boot to ball. Socked it forward by Stanton, coming to meet it Cranberry. Well tackled Carazzo. Now Hocking with an opportunity. He's well held up by Russell, and a bounce.
How many bounces do you think there have been, Michael? There's been a lot.
There has been a lot, Malcolm. Quite right.
A numerous number.
Hampson, Judd almost. Bell Chambers, little toe poke. Zaharakis, wild handball, didn't make any ground. And again, the congestion, big pack of players around it.
This is the 71st stoppage of the match.
I can't even think 71. Hey, that's why there's been a lot of tackling. Do we enjoy it? It's a good contest, though, isn't it?
Great contest. Bell Chambers, now Watson, kicked straight into Robinson. Now Howlett an opportunity, 60 from goal. Can the Bombers get the first one? Now going down Hurley, play on, says the umpire, and the ball's over the boundary line. Hurley looks back and puts the hands out and says, what about the free kick, umpire? He went to ground. Now let's just have a look. There he is. Jamieson, in fact it was White. So a boundary throw in the pocket. Monfries putting his head over the ball. Gee, cannon into down there by Dygan, but no free kick and another bounce. This time 30 metres from the Essendon goal.
Ryder over the top, tapped it to Jetta, immediately wrapped up. Umpire letting it go. Another stoppage.
Well, you've got 36 players all in the Essendon forward half, and look at the players around this stoppage.
Like the old early 70s, Malcolm.
In mud.
Are you pinned it straight away? No.
Look, sometimes, I mean, you talk to people and say, this is ugly, the game's no better, and we get too many stoppages now, the fitness is doing it. But this is actually about one-on-one football at the moment. This is pretty tight.
Oh, hacked out of midair by Ryder. A point.
Well, what you need is someone inventive then.
Gee, it was close too, wasn't it? So Carlton at full-back, Yaron casual off a step into the path of Russell, but numbers with the Bombers, 3-on-1 out there. Lovett Murray did well to evade Russell, kicks it back towards Monfries. He was up, couldn't hold the mark. It's a handball to Zararaka, it's over to Jetta, and the Bombers get the first of the final term.
What about the recovery of Angus Monfries, Malcolm?
I thought he went a touch too early and was going to give away the free kick, but he just, as we watch him, he just hung long enough and just didn't interfere with the Carlton player that much. Yeah, it was, I think he had mark of the year written all over his eyes there. He just said, here I go. There is a youthful-looking James Hird.
Who would be a coach, Malcolm?
Welcome to the real world of greyness, baldness and frown lines. And Brett Ratton's been around for a little bit longer now, and he's got them too. Of course you'd do it.
It is an 8-point margin. Essendon in front, and they get the free kick in the middle. Jobe Watson drills it long. Up went Jamieson, decided to go the spoil. Handballs off to Murphy. Little chip to the wing, and it's good. Finds Walker, who was the substitute. Came on to replace Henderson. Long ball looking for Waite. He's had a good afternoon in front. Just couldn't quite take them up, but got the free kick. Playing in front, Malcolm.
Yeah, look, he's been the real difference to bring him back. I know the boys around the middle have been, but you need someone up forward to actually be the beacon, and he's it.
Sure is today. Scotland gets the kick from Waite. Well worked. Carrazzo, not the best of kicks on occasions, but on this time he drills a goal and Carlton are back. So the easiest of goals there for Andrew Carrazzo. Well done by Waite. Good kick. Beautifully used by Scotland, and it's back to 2 points of difference.
Sometimes you wonder when you see a player out that wide by himself how that all happened, but it does, and the goal resulted. Like a lot of saying in football, it's the amount of times you touch and create something. I reckon Waite, nearly every time he's touched it from sort of halfway through that first quarter, something's happened in and around him.
Well, it certainly happened there. And the Blues back to within a couple of points. Bell Chambers, first hand on the footy, taken though by Scotland. High towards half forward. Waite again, strong hands in front. He's got it 55 from goal. Quick little gift to Murphy. Murphy runs inside, attacking 50. Sets sail and kicks the Blues in front. Crowd comes to life. Goal to Mark Murphy. The Blues have kicked the last two within a minute and find themselves 4 points in front. And Jared Waite again setting it up, Malcolm.
Yes, he's been excellent. Times to the ball and results thereof.
Well, Carlton's gone bang, bang, and they're back in front. Murphy, the finisher, and Malcolm, Jared Waite. Two crucial possessions, two crucial marks.
He's been the architect.
Set it up.
Some people touch it and create. He's been exactly that player today. And when you look at the other end, Essendon really hasn't found someone in their forward line that's done that. They've done it more on team. Waite, very important in this structure for Carlton.
So take two. The umpire throws it up. Hampson the tap. Hacked off the ground by Hocking. Hurley. Now Yaron. Beautifully done. Plenty of run again from half-back to Curnow. Back to Yaron, who kept on going. Has a bounce. Pops one over the top to Simpson. And Yaron's still going. Magnificent stuff. Gives a handball off to Collins. Not sure what to do with it. Gives it back to Simpson. Trying to get on his left. He's gone. He's gone. Too long. Great tackle by Heppel.
Well, the only one, they couldn't give it back to Yaron. He would have got him out of it.
So well done, Heppel, from half-back to the wing. All Carlton there. Oh, Laidler drops him up. He should have taken. Cramry slips a handball. Melksham jams it on the boot. Watson. Now Scotland at half-back, able to relieve the pressure. Long coming up to meet at Heppel. Big contest this. Ball favours Carazzo. Heppel did superbly, surrounded by Carlton players. It was 4-on-1. Can't win that contest. Simpson now kicked to half forward and drifting into space. Walker kicks it into the pocket. Loose player. That is poor marking, and Warnock has marked 15 metres from goal on a slight angle. Well, they had to get away to a good start in this final quarter, Essendon, given they've got two players down. And despite kicking the opening goal, Carlton have worn their way on top, and this to put them 10 points in front.
See Warnock's putting his hands up in that left forward pocket, and it was a great kick from Walker. It made him come back into the middle of the ground.
Warnock pops it through. Blues have it by 10. Long way back now for the Bombers, you would think, given they're severely disadvantaged on the interchange bench in terms of rotations, with Winderlich and Dempsey both out of the game. But stranger things have happened.
Huge centre bounce. They're the two boys from Essendon, sadly out for the day, and looks like might be a few weeks in all that, maybe even season stuff. But James Hurd, the Bombers need this clearance.
Right of the tap. Warnock dives on top of it. And we'll have another bounce in the middle.
If you get it going forward out the centre bounce, you conserve energy every day, don't you? So quick kick, goal, easy goal, everyone recovers. You know, interchange doesn't matter. Yeah, a bit of confidence, yeah. Interchange doesn't matter.
Right of the tap. There's Lonigan. Grab the footy. Melksham has another crack. How have you seen the battle of the rucks, Malcolm?
Yeah, look, I think the Carlton blokes have just narrowly for stuff around the ground. Bill James, Paddy Ryder's had a bit of a quiet day. And I think Warnock has done probably the best of the lot of them.
Third man up was Robinson for Carlton. Desperately throws himself on top of the ball.
David Hill, they would have appreciated having David Hill up forward, I reckon, the Bombers this afternoon.
Yeah. If you look, Warnock's had 12 touches, including a goal, which is, you know, it's really handy for him.
Carlton dominating in the tackles in this final term. Chance for Lonigan. Gains 25 metres to centre half forward. Hurley needs a big last quarter. Scotland advantaged there. Handball back to Jamieson. Well done, Jetta, applying some pressure. So a chance here for Standen coming up to meet at Walker, the fresh man on the ground. Standen, Lovett Murray took a long time to get to him. Lovett Murray did pretty well though. The kick not great. Prismal knocks it forward. Coming up to meet it. Hurley, some bash and crash stuff there. Did well, got it on the boot. Here's an opportunity. Prismal off to Standen. Can kick a long goal. Brent Standen drives it home and kicks one for the Bombers. Four points the margin. The Bombers not done with yet, Malcolm.
No.
And Hurley's touch there, critical and important, the way he attacked the ball.
And the umpire put the whistle to the mouth to ping him holding the ball, as he did get spun around, but I'm glad he let it go. Have a look at this. He's taught. The umpire put, no, he got it. And that just opened up the door. That's a great kick on the run.
Superlative finish from that man Brent Stanton, going full tilt, drilled it from 50. And this seesaw continues. It is now the Blues by just 4 points. What a game. What a beautiful day at the MCG. Huge crowd.
See Warnock then, just going back to your point, Stephen, who's the best ruckman, I think Warnock's been actually good at that too. He doesn't mind actually getting his hands dirty on the ground. I mean, Bill Chambers has been all right. I think the other two have been down a bit.
Warnock the tap, picked up by Stanton. Kicks a high ball inside 50. Bill Chambers is there, try to reach over the top. Melksham does the roving. Oh, just couldn't quite get the handball away. Now the Blues on the rebound. Yaron quickly to Murphy. He's got plenty of room to move. He has a steadying bounce. Now goes to the 50, looks for but unable to find Hampson. Picked up by Hooker to Lovett Murray, to Jetta, to Stanton. He's got Zaharakis inboard, but he decides to go long. Melksham from behind's given away the free kick.
Just doing the numbers on this game, I've been fascinated with, we all know about the #1 picks and all that Carlton have, but Essendon actually have 10 first-round draft picks in their team. Now, they're not as high as the others, and they've got 2 father and sons, so they've really got some quality in this list, and it's still a very young list.
Carlton work it through Walker to Waite on centre wing. Lots of talent, Malcolm, no question about that. Chips it back to Walker, the freshman. He was the substitute for Carlton. Came on with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Kick across the ground's okay for Scotland, who's got some time. Kick long, deep inside attacking 50, chipping across. Good mark taken by Hardingham, who's done some nice things this afternoon. Now he's caught to play on. Could have gone short to Watson, elects to go long. One-on-one contest. Russell in from the side, should have punched. Bell Chambers did very well. Handball off to Hurley. It could cost Russell. Kick towards full forward. Melksham, can he get an accommodating bounce? He can. He'll put the Bombers in front.
There's that fast break, Malcolm.
I haven't seen it for a while, but it's good when it happens, isn't it?
Now, we talked about a pack mark in the first half from Jordan Russell. Now, he had to punch here, Malcolm. He had to punch and he didn't. It's cost the Blues a goal.
3 deep, big fella in front, just controlled it. You're quite right, Michael. And that's why sometimes, when you've got the run, it's okay, but when you're in a standoff with a 6'7" bloke in front of you, it's most difficult. Well, James Hurst getting a lot of advice there. Essendon's had some famous victories, Stephen. This will be one of them modern ones.
Sure will be.
This might make a season if they can get out of this.
Sure will be. Bombers by 2. They have found another gear here in the last couple of minutes. Stanton didn't have it. Umpire let it go.
Surely.
It's at half forward for the Bombers. Judd, by his very lofty standards, has had a pretty quiet day. Hocking's done a wonderful job on him.
Stephen, you know that free kick? And that was a free kick. You know when you throw your hands back sometime, the umpire thinks you're pretending, but you're actually not. So you've got to play them when they're there. I don't think it was
Driving by Watson, broke through the pack, kicks for goal and misses. Oh, exciting stuff from the Bombers captain.
Well, that would have been juicy for the red and black crew. Wouldn't they have loved that? 8
clearances to 1 this quarter in favour of the Bombers.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking just moments ago when they were down by 10 points. They need a centre clearance. Well, they've won the last 3.
That's what I'm saying. You don't feel tired. Gives your back line a chance to recover. It doesn't matter how many interchanges you do if it's down your end.
What a game. Yaron to himself. Handball to Murphy under pressure. Chips it, kept his head. Well done. Simpson at half back. Carlton trail by 3 points, led earlier in this quarter by 10. Now Simpson decides to switch play now. He hasn't got a lot to go to, but he drew the player and over the top to Daigan. Gets a good shepherd from Laidler, and then chips the mark taken by Collins. Still backward of left centre wing. Missed a couple of relatively easy opportunities, Collins, in this game. And that's not a great kick. The runner in the way there. Now, I wonder what the umpire will do. No, he just pays the free kick to the Bombers.
That's poor from Collins, though, Malcolm, isn't it?
He's made a couple of mistakes.
Yeah, his finish hasn't been good. There's no doubt about that.
So Lovett Murray now. Long towards half forward. Bill Chambers in the pack in front. Almost wide. He did want to recover. Little fumble from Collins. Murphy. Laidler did well. Carazzo. Gee, look at the tackle coming from Hocking, forcing the ball over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in half forward for Essendon.
Hocking is stuck to Judd like glue this afternoon. Judd 6 kicks, 13 handballs from the throw in. 55 out from the Bombers' goal. Slapped away by Yarran. Murphy got drilled into the ground. Free kick in the back.
Yes, this is what Carlton are looking for. Their guns to get hold of it now.
Yarran gets the handball. Sizzling little pass to half forwards. A beauty to Gala. He's got Waite lurking dangerously. Kicks in his direction. Up he goes. Oh, got both hands on it. Couldn't take the mark. Slapped it in the Gibbs direction. Good tackle by Cramry. Essendon had the numbers around the ball. Cramry lost his feet at the crucial moment, but got the free kick. Advantage paid. Bombers work at the half forward. Backing himself was Carazzo. Played in front of Stanton and won the Sharon back. Little chip short is poor. Howlett got a hand on it to Watson. To Monfries. Back to Howlett. Bombers away.
Howlett towards half forward. Now Melksham's got to beat a couple here. Little fumble from White, but Scotland 2-1. Hard to beat. And he chips across the ground to Robinson. Short to Simpson. Just got there in time. Spreads it wide to Curnow on centre wing. Now the run provided by Yarran. Here's an opportunity. He can keep going and kick a goal, Chris Yarran. He kicks from 50 and puts the Blues in front. What a game Chris Yarran's played.
21 touches from half back.
Yeah, he's been creative, and the run and the speed and the skill here. Sized up his options, kicked a wonderful goal.
Chris Yarran's been one of Carlton's best today. 7 disposals this last quarter, 21 for the match, Malcolm. And what an important goal off half back.
You know, one of the things impressive was the finish. He didn't try and overkick it because your momentum was there. All you have to do is let your leg flow through. Great finish.
Judd throws the ball on the boot. Puts his team inside 50. Warnock. Handball missed the target. Warnock has another go. Puts his head over the footy. Good stuff from the big man. Now he dives on top of it. He might be gone. He's a bit unlucky there. He made all the running. That's the rule.
Yeah, that's the rule. Beauty.
Fletcher to Heppel. To Lonigan. Good little chip to McVeigh. And the Bombers veteran kicks to Monfries. 55 out. He plays on. He gets onto the left boot. Kicks to the goal square. Melksham, Russell, point. Carlton by 2. Mark Howard.
They've been men down since the first quarter. The Bombers, Joe Watson just came off. He was absolutely cooked. They are working so hard on their rotations. Just got to wonder whether they can hold on to the run for the rest of the game, Blighty.
Now, the mark taken, thanks Howie, the mark taken by Judd, just coming up for his second disposal this final term, which is now 20 minutes old. He chips across the face.
Essendon
mark taken by Carazzo.
30 less interchanges, 130 to 100 in this game.
Starting to take its toll. Kick intended for Robertson. That's a strong mark in front of Hardingham. He's got it at half back for the Blues.
Oh, that's an excellent mark, isn't it? Under enormous pressure.
Scotland short, accepts the mark. And now that's what is ahead of Heath Scotland. Just one-on-one contests up the ground and not a lot of movement, you've got to say. So he decides to kick close to the line to a contest. Hampson, third man up, got hands to it, but over for a boundary throw-in. Watson back on the ground. And the longer this game goes, the more disadvantaged the Bombers are going to be. Can they pull something out here? Hampson wins it. Hocking pushed in the back. No, the umpire said he fell forward. Fair enough. Judd almost emerged with it. Now Lonigan's got it, not giving it up easily. Handball and Melksham. Oh, well done. Great reflexes by Jetta, who gathered, kicks it long inside, attacking 50. Monfries up, he's got it! Strong mark by Angus Monfries. And he's going to kick from about 35 metres on a 45-degree angle, perhaps a little worse than that, but an opportunity to put the Bombers back in front.
See that 50-50 ball on the wing. It's amazing, isn't it? Yep. Get a clearance, one-on-one at forward, you never know, you get a bit lucky with a kick.
Chris Judd has come off, boys. Looks like he's having one last spell before the frenetic last 5 minutes.
Thanks, Howie. Monfries, leading goal kicker last year for the Bombers with just 24. This will bring the house down if he can put the Bombers in front from 35 metres. Drop punt again, he hooks it. He's done that a couple of times. No one home for Essendon. Mark taken by Dygan. Plays on quickly to Curnow. Back to Dygan. Short kick, and Waite can't take it. Heppel can. Support inside. He tried to get it towards Hocking. Collins stripped of the footy. Little soccer by Curnow. Now a pick up. Well tackled by Melksham. Well done by the Blues. Warnock to Simpson. High towards half forward. Stanton can't take it. Waite was held without it, was he? No, says the umpire. Play on the call. Gee, it's fast and furious on the wing. Kick forward by Hooker towards half forward. Ryder can't take it. Now a chance for Jamison. Simpson. Russell back to Simpson. Wrapped up. Good tackle. Play on the call. The Bombers going hard. Watson now an opportunity.
Goes left, goes right, decides to handball to Hurley, who's a thumping kick. Hurley loads up, but misses way to the right for a point. It's 1 point the difference. Carlton 73, Essendon 72.
Don't forget, quarters, lots and lots of money coming for the draw this week, a lot more than normal.
We've gone very early with that, Michael, I reckon.
Well, bear it in
Over the
mind.
line, Laidler, so we've got to throw in. Well, on paper, they were hard to separate when you were looking for a winner, that's for sure. So throw in deep in Essendon's attacking 50. Water went up uncontested. And there's another go at it.
Good on the ground, isn't he, Warnock?
Hacked away by Gibbs. Flying was Betts, no mark. Heppel to Zaharakis. Gives it off to McVeigh. Kicks to Jetta and he gets there. Leroy Jetta has the ball, 45-degree angle, 45 metres out from goal. He kicks this, the Bombers are in front as we near red time. Big, deep breath. Leroy Jetta puts Essendon in front.
Couple of goals in this last quarter. Great play, great setup, wasn't it? McVeigh just didn't panic with the footy and found that teammate. That's just so important when you get tired. That's a really nice kick. That's a powerful kick. That's clear to
Just timed it. Didn't, as you said earlier, didn't try and overkick it, just timed it to perfection.
Brett Ratton, if you look closely, 5 more grey hairs on the right side. I can see them. What a great game. Great contest. And James Hurd's got his first. Welcome.
Bombers by 5 points. Socket fall by Stanton. Judd. Jetta slid in, couldn't take it. Judd again. Handball wide to Simpson. Now the opportunity. The Blues, can they take a break? 2 bounces and a third. Runs to 50. Drop punt on its way. Oh, don't tell me! He's kicked it as well! Carlton back in front. This is unbelievable. He's kicked 3 goals. And that was as good as any we've seen today.
What about the Judd clearance?
Exactly.
Oh, this is an amazing game. Now, let's just see where he takes it. He's got it there pretty much at the back of the centre square. 3 bounces and a 4th. And then a wonderful finish to an open goal face.
Wow.
This is why we love Australian rules football. Huge crowd. Does not get much better than this.
I don't think one person's left the stadium. Has anyone left the stadium?
It is goal for goal in this last quarter. It's now the Blues with their noses in front by a point. Warnock gets the clearance, a high ball towards the wing. Lovett Murray, a hard one to pick up. Curnow, the rookie. Handball went to an opponent in Hocking. Kicks it long, Howlett. It's a mark over the Blues to Dygan, who's been good.
He's very steady, hasn't he?
Play on is the call. And he's got some support short. And he kicks to Russell.
Russell short. Jamieson at half-back. Casual bounce. Saunters away and then drives it long towards half-forward. Hampson in front. Fisted away. In fact, probably spoiled by Walker. Fletcher sliding in. Retrieves the footy brilliantly. Watson, little underground handball effective to Lovett Murray from half-back. Drives towards half-forward. Hurley, can he pull something out of the five? Ryder. He's lost the handle. Russell hurled. Little tug. And get the free kick at half-back, Jordan Russell. Now, it will be a long quarter. It'll certainly go more than 30 minutes, so players just need to keep their composure as Scotland has it now called to play on. Mark taken by Laidler. Coming up to 28 minutes on the game clock. But it'll go well and truly past 30 minutes this final quarter. We had 9 goals kicked.
Everyone's just got to chase here. He has got to kick it to a 50-50, otherwise he's a lazy Essendon player.
Handball's over the top to Laidler, confronted by Jetta. Now the long kick towards half or centre wing. Betts couldn't quite get the handball away. Chance at ground level for Hooker, who played an outstanding opening quarter. Betts somehow emerges. Little toe poke to his own advantage. Kick in behind the defence. Taken by Garland. Can he outrun Fletcher? No, sirree! And a chance for the Bombers to respond here. Wonderful tackle from Fletcher. Lovett Murray to Heppel. And wide, and the mark's taken by Stanton.
The oldest man on the ground takes on the quickest player on the ground and wins. Hurley marks. Plenty of time left still for the Bombers. They're a point down. Crowd going mad. Hurley loads up with a floater into the forward pocket. It misses everyone. We've got to throw in. Let's have a look at this rundown from Dustin Fletcher. Free kick was paid, so was advantage. Is it a match-winning tackle? Up they go. Warnock got the tap. Carazzo's mown down. Holding the ball in the back.
Gee, that was
a huge call. Carazzo's got the footy in his hand.
Oh, that was 50-50, wasn't it?
It was.
You know what? There was 80-odd thousand people, all had a decision.
And I reckon you've got to play the push in the back before you play holding the ball. Anyway.
Simpson trying to eat up time. Draws the player and the kick's good. It finds Robinson.
Robinson at half-back for the Blues. Still a couple of minutes left. Still plenty of time for the Bombers. Short kick marked by Scotland. James Hird watching on. Scotland long to half-forward. Fist from Hooker is effective. Judd front and centre. Pulls it back. Now Fletcher's in a great position to mark here, and he does it half-back. So still a minute and a half left, I'd reckon. Fletcher kicks to a contest. Can Hurley mark here? Scotland destroys the footy. The only man standing, Laidler. Handball over the top to Judd. Waits short if he wants and accommodates him. Now Judd kept running and Waite decided, no, I'll just take my time. He looks at the clock, which says 30 minutes and 40 seconds. So he goes back and across. The mark taken by Simpson. This is where Essendon, it's a real test for them. There are a couple of players out on the full. So he's turned it over, Simpson. A critical error, and the free kick to be taken by Hocking.
What a mistake. Hocking will just go for distance and hope for the best. It's all Carlton here. Simpson, no mark. Could have got a free kick. Zaharakis kicks for goal. It's coming back, but not enough. Scores level at the G.
I tipped this. I tipped this.
Scores level, 79 apiece, seconds left. Huge crowd, what a game.
Oh, dear me.
We've already had 2 draws in this season, which is only 4 rounds old. Jamison drives it long. Lovett, Murray and Garlett. McVeigh comes in. Dives on the football. Well done, Garlett. Shovels it to Hampson. Chambers did well, but he gets the handball to Murphy. Garlett, look out, Essendon. Here comes Jeffy Garlett. Little soccer to his own advantage. Desperate stuff, though, by Prismal. Lonigan, Melksham. Still a chance here for the Bombers. That's it. It's a draw. Couldn't hear the siren. It's drawn.
Couldn't even hear the siren.
Unbelievable. Players out on their feet. 11-13 plays. 11-13. I didn't hear the siren.
Did not hear it.
The umpires did, and that's all that matters. And Kate Simpson discussed it because it was Simpson's mistake when he kicked it out on the full that allowed the Bombers to score that last point. And he'll be dirty on himself because, well, the game is a draw. Carlton had that slender 1-point lead.
What a brave performance from Essendon. I'm not sure about you, Malcolm. I hate the draw, but I know I'm probably in a minority. I don't like draws. I'd rather than have it decided then and there. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm actually a fan of the draw.
Okay.
The same opportunity for the same amount of time.
Yep.
And I think if we take that 50-50 away, everyone goes out there knowing that.
I think it's a serious disadvantage to Essendon. If they were to play 10 minutes or 5 minutes even each way, then it's a serious disadvantage to the Bombers, who are a couple of players down.
Kate Simpson's inconsolable at the moment with that mistake.
Well, look,
he played a wonderful game.
He kicked 3 goals. He kicked that wonderful goal to put them in front, so we shouldn't be too critical. But at the end of the day, he's a highly skilled player, and he'll be really disappointed with that mistake.
We're 4 rounds into season 2011. We've had 3 draws. Remarkable.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.